Ladies and gentlemen, it's PernellBobby. You're coming with me on a walk today. I got my coffee. My close one is closed. So welcome to Mexico City. Looks like everywhere else you've been. I'm actually on a back side street right now, and you're gonna see me passing a lot of people. So local transportation, Gemini moon. Felt like I had to get up, I had to walk, I had to get out the house. Have another interview today for the qualifying rounds. Thank you all for just rolling them in. That said, we're going through it. It's what's happening. She was almost kind of cute. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was kind of cute. She was kind of cute. She was alright. I ain't like her attitude though. So this is the thinking versus feeling. Gemini moon. Here's your astro download today. Oh my gosh, she looks like she has a twin. Super crazy. So here's your astro download. Okay. Oh man, got my guy sweeping up dust over here. Let me go move around. So bien. So everything's okay. So 111 on screen. Gemini moon has the need for spontaneity, the need for constant change and adjustments on the moon being in Gemini. And when you put it in the realizations of everything Aries, aka the sun, and you pair it with the mind of an Aries, okay, aka Mercury in Aries right now, here's what you get. You get childlike fun, you get childlike adventure, you get chaos for sure, mischief today. I would expect some mischief today, but understand that any mischief you face today is also based in curiosity. All right, so the mischief that goes on, the shenanigans, one of my friends would like to say shenanigans. It's the perfect word. You know, it's not really to cause trouble. It's just to shake things up and to be able to disseminate information that you discovered about yourself, about what's been private in your life, about what's been lacking, a harmonious and a very simple way of living. Let's say moon in Taurus, opposite of Scorpio, which says, look, you know, these secrets are coming out because that square Mars conjunct Saturn was squaring the nodes, the north and the south nodes. So that's Scorpio and Taurus, and that square on our actions, Mars, also owner of Scorpio, really force you to dig in on what has been really keeping you trapped in the old dark story, old dark narrative. And this is a lot of different things. Okay, this is your mom whooping your ass when you was a child. This is your boyfriend raping you. This was you know, me losing a baby at one point in time. I talked about it last night on the live with Fatima. Go check that mental health post on the live I did with Fatima Faith. Me losing a baby at a certain point in time. So what's happening is we're able to really release and change the stories. On the moonlight today, moon being in Gemini, especially because it's like sextile or trining, I don't know which one, 29 degrees in Venus. 29 degrees in Venus of Aquarius. This is the anaretic degree. This is the climax. And it was in the 11th house when I checked, at least from Mexico City, which tells me that right before we step into Venus in Pisces, the climax of today will happen by you allowing yourself to walk around your neighborhood, ride your bike around your neighborhood, get outside locally today. Don't stay in, okay? I recommended you prior, like on those 2 Taurus moons, to stay the fuck in the house. Maybe you didn't listen. If you didn't, you probably found all that smoke. You probably found all that heat. You got all the way out of your comfort zone, and maybe you were forced to do that. Maybe you were forced to get out of your comfort zone. Especially if many of you, like Cancer risings, anybody that's really naturally stuck in the private sector of their life, you're the one that probably is suffering the most during this entire Aries season. Because Aries season is requiring us to be bold, be courageous, and embrace every single part of ourselves, without even thinking about if I should or shouldn't embrace it. Because a baby, 0 to 2 years old Aries, does not consider at all if it's doing something right or if it's doing something wrong. It does what it needs and it does what it wants. Okay? But now you're doing that with that baby-like mentality in an adult fucking body. So when you get the more private signs like Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, and some of its like secretive nature. Scorpio less there because Scorpio is very familiar with Aryan energy. They both share the planet Mars. So Scorpio a little bit less because it does understand the energy innately. But even with that said, you want to focus on, at this time, thinking versus feeling. This is your mass abundance. Okay, Gemini has the ability to think and feel. It's more easy to think for Gemini about his feelings, but you want to balance this out because there's a harmonious aspect going on with damn, that don't look like, fuck it, I'm taking it. Y'all, oh, he changed his mind. He changed his mind at the last second. So what you want to, this is one of my other cafes I like to go to. Croissant. I like it, actually. Hola, buen día, señor. ¿Qué bien? ¿Y tú?
Bien, bien, bien.
¿Cómo amaneciste?
Todo bien.
Todo bien. Super bien. So here's what's going on now. You'll benefit the most with Vertex. Shit. You're gonna 555 on screen. My phone just paused because I'm running out of battery. You're gonna benefit the most right now by balancing your emotions with your thought, especially in the workplace. Okay, if you having conflict, I made this mention a little bit earlier with your work or employees, or if you feel like your work is not balanced with what you feel you deserve, okay, because that deserve energy is in the sky, with what you feel like you, with who you feel like you are today, with that Aries energy in the sky. Okay, this is who I am now. You know, this is who you were last year at your job. That's cool. That's great. But is it balanced out? Right now you have a moment to actually analyze with a more rational thought, a more rational mind, your emotions, your feelings. This is a good time, and you really should fucking do this, especially in the space of your coworkers and your day-to-day work and how you're taking care of your health. If you were getting annoyed and pissed off at your trainer, okay, this is a time to really question the deeper motive behind why. I will look at where Taurus is sitting at in your chart, which is part of the body, and in what ways is it fucking being lazy for you, okay? So like, you know, one of my friends, Taurus 11th house, it's like, look, we're using technology, 11th house, to go ahead and really get her body where she knows she wants it, where she knows she deserves it, where she's actually comfortable at with her body, but was being a little fucking stubborn on that process of like, I already worked out once today, like 20 minutes before I met you. I was like, I don't give a fuck. You told me that this is what we're doing, so this is what the fuck we're doing. Okay, that's me and my masculine energy, making sure that I uphold and maintain really my promise, my integrity, but also to be mindful of what the friends and what the people I'm talking to are communicating with, what it looks like in the space of balance, more in space of, hey, look, this is what I think, but this is also what I feel. And so you are being forced to kind of find that middle ground, even through that tension of Mars in Aquarius pushing on Saturn in Aquarius. Look, this is kind of saying that, especially even in that workplace, what's happening at this climactic 29th degree right now in Venus and Aquarius, before it goes into Pisces, it's like, hey, look, you have an opportunity to really recognize the pressure that you want to evolve, what your day-to-day looks like, the pressure you want to evolve, the balance between your emotions and your feelings versus your thought, and what you know is good for you versus what you know is bad for you versus what you know you feel versus what you're afraid to speak about as for your feelings, okay, potentially even with your siblings, for sure, or even just at this point, the people whose secrets you've been keeping. And I think that's a lot of like family or just even early childhood, up to when you're going to see leading the moon in Cancer on this astro download, up to about 16 to 17 years old. So anywhere from like 7 years old to 16, 17 year old, all the traumas or the things that happened in your life that were just like ugly, or like the stories that you've maintained, you have with the Venus in Aquarius at 29th degree, the full ability to see at the cosmic level, why did this work out for you, in order for you to use that, essentially that trauma that is bringing more harmony to you, if you address it, to look at it more objectively, the way Aquarius can see it detached. Okay, I use this example like before, being the spider on the wall, watching me as myself record this and talk to you, and seeing what feelings are rising in my gut right now, in my belly. And right now in the moment, what's rising in my gut and my belly is that I'm speaking the right message, but it's gonna be a little bit treacherous for people to have to face. Something not everybody's willing to face, coming out of the more private sectors of their life, to speak about with the people who have hurt them the most, or with the expectations that have been betrayed the most, knowing that you set that expectation and that not necessarily what somebody else has to abide by. So we have the ability with the 20th degree in Aquarius to see all of this with a little more of a detached nature, and recognize how can we use that traumatic story to change it in order for our more cosmic purpose for humanity to be activated. Gemini moon is going to do all of this, but in order to do it, I recommend you don't stay secluded entirely, but you choose a half and half. You get out there, you get in the world, you move around your local environment. Okay, go get some sunlight right now, and come out of that private sector coming from the Taurus moon. You know, go get food out today versus eating at home. Go, just get moving. If you get moving, that spontaneity will allow you to actually get the data points that you've collected around all the crazy shit from that Mars conjunct Saturn that happened, to help you see, look, this is the push that I want to make, and I want to necessarily make it right now, but Saturn is requiring you to slow the fuck down and see what the long game looks like. If you play by the long game while being spontaneous in the middle, this is how you're going to ultimately maximize the energy, so that when the moon in Cancer comes and all those emotions flood to the top, you've had some time to already process through your body, getting that movement, the thought out, so that the more rational mind can help you balance before the flood of emotions. If you just completely deny what your body needed, the flood of emotions on the Cancer moon in 1 to 2 more days is going to whoop your ass, and it's going to be your fault. Okay, so this is Pernell Bobby checking in, your astrotherapist. If you want to get a reading with me, or you're a woman looking to come to a retreat down here in Mexico, where your boy is at, check. I'm in the city, but we're going to be more beachside. Check the presentation down below. Spent a lot of time and effort on it. I want to say I love you, I appreciate you. And while Venus goes into Pisces later today, you're going to feel a lot more relief, and you're going to be able to kind of relax in the more dreamlike nature. But what's important is, do not deny your feelings, do not deny your dreams right now, because there is a square going on between Gemini later in the day and Pisces, where you're going to get, essentially, your feelings are going to rapidly smack you the fuck in the face. And when it does, take a moment to use some of this air intellectual energy to sort through those emotions, and not really attaching them so much, to realize that your emotions are fleeting and they're always moving, so you don't have to respond to each and every one. Sometimes you just want to play with that and curiously play with that emotion. Okay, play with the thought of that emotion, and realize that that emotion is going to pass. This too shall pass. You might be feeling completely overwhelmed, but know that if you do, it's because you are not giving space and time for your emotions and your thought to kind of play together. All right, this is the part of the convergence where we are getting rid of dualistic thinking, and you can realize that you can think and feel all at the same time. But just be mindful of being way too cold and detached, because other people are very good at this detached emotional energy. And for those of you, it's time for you to feel more rather than think. And those of you who are really into the feelings, it's time for you to stop feeling so intensely and realize that intelligence has its place. Okay, everything in the middle is us transcending duality, and the duality of thought and feeling altogether, to really reach the more cosmic bodies, the more cosmic intelligence that's innately within us. And that is really the lesson of this Gemini moon that I see. But allow spontaneity and curiosity to pull through for you. Again, this is Pernell Bobby. I have shit to do now. I have to go, and my coffee's getting cold, so fuck off. I love you. Thank you for supporting my channel. Subscribe.